Discord. When I find it, share Discord. Yes. And let me get a link to the stream for you, which will also test the audio quality. So here is a link for you. And I'm still waiting for the stream to start. Let me get. I'll create an invite. The maximum number of server invites have been generated. Admins can manage the list of it. Oh, we cannot invite anyone else to this room? Can Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So I cannot invite people. I cannot invite anyone else to the room. Like I usually post
It
an
looks like
invite.
it's a private one.
Oh, wait. So private means we cannot invite anyone else. That's the definition of private.
I think it means there can be maximum two people in the room.
Oh, okay. Are you like European?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You Hungarian?
No.
Balkan?
No.
But you're like near Hungary, somewhere in the area of Hungary, no?
Ah, I guess depends. You could say that.
Like Bulgaria?
Right now I'm in Germany, but I'm not German.
Oh, what are you?
Um, you could say I'm Spanish.
Habla español?
Sí.
Hablo un poco. All right.
Muy bien.
So let's begin. So you're a vegan and I'm an anti-vegan.
Okay.
Uh but tell me your definition of veganism so we can discuss it.
Avoid animal suffering as much as possible and practicable.
Wait, have we debated before?
Probably not.
Really? Okay. So my answer to that is that in by that definition, literally you can never have anyone who is not a vegan. It's impossible. It's a violation of the rationality assumption to have a non-vegan by that definition.
What's the rationality assumption?
Just that people are, basically all creatures are lazy and are just looking to have a good life and just optimize their own well-being. So no one wants to cause anyone suffering just because it's not economical.
You think there's no psychopaths?
There's always the quantum fluctuations. Of course, there's psychopaths, but I'm
Yeah, so
assuming
not everyone, right? So when you said everyone, that was false, right?
I mean, it's not. It's. I wouldn't say it's false. It just depends on definition.
Right.
So
So do you think everyone? What do you think everyone means?
no, no, no. When I said, if I remember correctly, I said assuming rationality. I said it's a violation of the rationality assumptions. I'm not. I don't care about exceptions to the rationality assumption. People with broken brains. I don't care about broken brains. I care about normal brains, statistically normal brains. Of course, there are exceptions in reality to literally every rule just because of quantum fluctuation. So I don't care about that. I care about assuming.
You think there's do you think there's exceptions to the law of identity, for example?
I don't know what the law of identity is.
Yeah, that A is A and not A.
I don't know what that means. I honestly I don't know what that means. I just don't know what it means. But but
Well,
the sh- but even
it's the
before,
law.
it doesn't matter. I mean,
It's the law of logic, which
I it doesn't matter.
says that every entity is
It,
itself and not its
it
negation.
I don't know what that means. It doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter because of the incompleteness theorem. So no system can be complete. So even the word true can never be completely defined. There's nothing can ever be complete. You can never do anything completely. That's the incomplete theorem. But you can also talk about the quantum
About
uncertainty.
Gödel, you're
What?
talking about Gödel's incompleteness
The
theory.
Gödel's incompleteness theorem. I don't even think it's a theorem. I don't. I mean, it's an axiom. By definition, an incompleteness theorem cannot be proven true. He says that nothing could ever be proven true, basically. So of course that theorem cannot be proven true. So it's just an axiom. But I mean, there's many ways to demonstrate this intuition. It can only be shown intuitively, of course. But you can also argue this from quantum uncertainty. You can also argue this from the two generals problem. I mean, there's many ways to argue incompleteness. There's many ways to argue this. So I
Okay,
don't care.
let me ask you a question because we are
Sure.
derailing into some strange things.
Well,
Uh, so you are. I assume you eat meat, right?
that's irrelevant. That's ad hominem. That has nothing to do with our discussion. So I'm
It's a
gonna stop.
question.
I'm not gonna answer anything personal because it's irrelevant. We're debating a topic.
You think it's morally okay to eat meat?
I am I am amoral. So in my universe, there's no objective morality.
Yeah,
So
I'm not talking about objective morality. You can be a subjectivist.
I'm not. I don't believe in subjective morality either. I'm an egoist. So my morality is a mathematical optimization of egoism. But morality again is a derivative of egoism. So if it's if it benefits me to eat meat, then it's moral to eat meat. If it benefits you
It
to eat
benefits
meat,
benefits you to. It just follows from that if it benefits you to rape babies, then you should rape babies.
yeah, we're not going to talk about raping that word. Those two words we're not
I'm
going
not
to talk
talking
about.
about it. I'm just saying that it follows. It follows from your system.
Yeah, we cannot talk about it for two reasons. A, I'm on YouTube, and B, I've already had my share of run-in with the mob because of such discussions. So it's just too dangerous. I've had my life
Sure,
threatened.
just like if it maximizes your egoistic calculations, it's okay for you to do whatever.
No, if it maximizes your egoism, then it's okay for you to do it. Nothing to do with me. This
I'm talking
again. This
about you. I'm making an internal critique of your views. So I'm just like assuming I have your views and saying what follows from that.
No, this has to do with the rationality assumption. So if we're having a discussion based on the rationality assumption, then it follows about you that it's good for you to eat meat. It's moral for you to eat meat. If you don't want to assume rationality, then we cannot have a discussion. And I can explain exactly why if you want.
I'm just saying, like, if you say that if it maximizes your egoistic
Your.
calculations,
Nothing
then
to do with
it's okay
me.
to.
Nothing to do with me. This is assuming rationality. This has nothing to do with me or you. This is a mathematical assumption. So if you want to assume a certain mathematical assumption, we can see what derives from that assumption. If you don't want to assume rationality, then I can show you why it's impossible to
What
have
is
this.
what is rationality? How are you defining rationality here?
Well, rationality, rationality is a mathematical theory that basically assumes stuff like a rational actor prefers goods over bads. A rational actor prefers more of a good over less of a good. A rational actor that prefers A over B and B over C must prefer A over C, and so on. There's a bunch. Oops, 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 oops.
And
No, 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 no.
what is good and bad there?
These are defined in economics. Like a good is whatever is a personal preference of the person. So a good for you might be pizza or chocolate ice cream or sex or whatever, a car, a
And
house.
good means that it's worth pursuing.
Good means it's I don't know what that means. I'd have to think about that. Uh, I guess you could say that. So a rational actor prefers goods over bads. So, like for example, working is a bad, but money is a good. So working for money is you have to balance. You have to see the balance. Maybe sometimes you can do the mathematics. It's possible to define mathematically, and that is already the very science of economics, that where we actually study optimization and optimizations and optimization functions and how rational actors live out their lives with certain assumptions of there's you can make a bunch of more assumptions. Hmm.
Do you agree that if I buy meat, I'm increasing the demand for meat?
If you buy meat, you are increasing the demand for meat. Yeah, you may, I guess you could say that a little bit. Yeah.
At least in most cases.
Yeah, yeah, sure. I mean, I guess it's, yeah, you're adding to the aggregate demand. Yeah. You
Yeah. Do
might.
you do you do you agree that that results in more supply of meat?
If you increase the demand, yeah, yeah, probably, yeah, under normal circumstances, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Do you agree that to satisfy that demand, that animals have to be killed?
No, not necessarily, but we can assume. I mean, you could eat roadkill.
Sure,
Uh,
sure. Uh, I don't have anything against that. But like, if you just buy meat at the store from factory farms, you are increasing the supply, which results
sure.
in more animals
Yeah,
being killed to satisfy that supply,
yeah, you could
to
say that.
satisfy demand.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. So you think so? My actions are leading to animal suffering, right? And it's possible and practicable for me to just not buy meat. So uh, by not buying meat, I'm doing something that's practicable that results in less animal suffering.
So you asked now a bunch of questions. You didn't ask me to respond to any of them, and I wanted to respond
I'm
to
just
each.
made, I just said things. I don't think I asked the question. I'm just explaining my view on why I don't buy meat and why I think people who buy meat are not doing what's practicable and possible to avoid animal suffering.
I'm sorry, I'm texting someone. Um, yeah, but we're debating. I mean, I understand your intuition, but we're debating your definition of veganism. And I told you, by your definition, there cannot be, assuming rationality, it's a violation of the rationality assumption to be non-vegan by your definition. So there cannot be
Why, why,
non-vegans.
why is that?
What?
Why is that? Why is that the case? Why is it a violation of the rationality principle?
Because a
That
rational actor wouldn't want to cause suffering because there's no benefit to causing suffering. What's the
yeah, how do
benefit?
you? Yeah,
Hmm?
they might enjoy the products which are the causes of suffering, right? And that will be the benefit. So if you like the taste
Yes.
of meat, or buying meat, and you are increasing animal suffering because it satisfies your butt tastes.
So hold on. So you're assuming animal suffering. We don't have to assume animal suffering. And I would suggest that there is no animal suffering involved. But even if there is, we can certainly buy from humane farms, farms that the animals are free roaming, the animals are well taken care of, and when the animals are killed, they are killed as fast as possible. Certainly, in a much less gruesome way that they would be killed in nature. I mean, if you want suffering, that's nature. Just see how animals are killed in nature. I mean, talk about suffering. So
I
when
mean,
you,
I'm all for getting rid of nature and substituting it with human infrastructure.
that's fine. But so the way, I mean, that's fine. But even if you, I mean, okay, let's start from the beginning. Look, I'm not interested. So the question is, uh, I'm looking to satisfy myself, and
Yeah,
and I feel that everyone. That's how the universe works. All creatures are rational. We can assume that, and all rational creatures just look to satisfy themselves. And so,
yeah, and that satisfaction might involve causing the suffering of other beings.
yes, yes, that's true.
Yeah,
But
and that's what I try to avoid in my satisfaction.
no, I'm look. So in my universe, I'm also look. I don't enjoy hurting animals. If I need to eat an animal, I'm not going to enjoy killing it. That's why I'm going to do
Of
it.
course.
Excuse me?
Yeah, of course. If you enjoyed killing animals, you will be a psychopath. But you enjoy the products which are the result of killing animals.
Yeah, let's assume that. Sure. Killing, yes.
Yeah.
So if I have no choice, like for example, for the milk and for the eggs and for the fur, I usually don't need to kill the animal. It usually the animal can enjoy its life. So you should certainly be able to drink milk and eat eggs, and at least that. Let's start with the low hanging fruit. So let's start with eggs. So you agree that, so do you eat eggs? Let's start with that.
No,
Why not?
because it contributes to animal suffering,
How?
animal exploitation, and animal deaths.
Okay, but you can certainly, you can purchase, you go to the supermarket and you can purchase eggs from free range chickens where they grow chickens free range. The chickens run around the whole day. They lay the eggs nilly willy, and these eggs are collected. The chickens are having a perfectly beautiful life, a complete
Well,
life.
they actually the chickens when they put eggs, they are actually getting rid of a lot of minerals that are essential for the chicken. So a chicken, when a chicken lays an egg that's not fertile, it actually eats the egg. So when you take away that, you are taking away
I'm not
important nutrients.
I'm not taking away the egg. I'm giving the chicken all the nutrients. The chicken is getting all the nutrients artificially and naturally. The chicken runs around eating worms and eating whatever it wants. Let's assume the chicken doesn't eat the egg. It lays the egg and goes about its day. Let's assume that. So in that case, would you eat the egg?
No, because if I wouldn't do the same to humans, right? Like I wouldn't have humans just being there for their labor, for their products. And also, I don't think there exists really a farm where chickens lay eggs without any abuse whatsoever.
Let's assume for the sake of discussion, I just want to separate the variables. I want to control all the variables. Let's assume you have a single pet chicken that you love dearly. You take care of it as much as you can. You saved it from being killed. You found it in nature somewhere. It was a little chick. You saved it. You brought it home and you took care of it, and it grew to be a chicken, and it lays an egg at least once a day, but it doesn't eat the egg. Would you eat that egg? Yes or no?
I'd have nothing against it.
Okay, so how are we different? I don't see how we're different.
Well, do you have like a chicken that you found and you took care of it and then it laid an egg which it didn't eat and you ate that egg,
Okay,
or
let's
are you
say
just
okay,
buying it?
that's fine. That's fine. So let's say I found two chickens, a male and a female. I brought them home and they had sex, and now I have many, many, many chickens. They have many eggs. Is it okay to eat these eggs?
You have the chickens in good conditions and
Yeah,
you are not.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's still good.
yeah, you
All right.
could.
All right.
Yeah.
And let's say I sell these chickens to other people and they have their farms, and now there's many farms like this. Would you still eat all these eggs?
Well, are the farms actually like this? Or is it just some farm you're inventing for the
No.
sake of
There's you
argument?
there's so
I'm
many
not aware
there's
I'm
so
not
many
aware of any farms like that.
but yeah, watch YouTube. There's so many farms like this. It's like most farms today are like this. The animals are happy. The cows are happy. The chickens are happy. The animals are having a great life. What are you talking about? Watch, there's so many.
Do you really think most farms are like that?
Look, there's so many YouTube videos of
Are,
these. Hold on. There's so many
are you
YouTube.
aware of
Hold on,
factory farming?
hold on. What?
Are you aware of factory farming?
Yes, but I, I, I
Yeah,
I
do you
can.
think that's what do you think is most farms? Factory
I don't.
farming
I don't
or
know.
happy
I
uncle
I don't. I
farming?
don't. I don't care. When I go to the
It's,
supermarket,
it
hold on,
seems
hold
like
on.
most farms are
That
like
doesn't.
that today.
That's irrelevant.
Curious whether that's true.
Irrelevant. That's irrelevant. You can go to the
Well, it's
store. That's
anyway.
irrelevant. You can go to the store and you can see what it says on the box, and you can go visit these farms. You can go visit their website. There's so many YouTube videos of so many farms that take care of their animals, just be like parents take care of their children just perfectly. And there's no reason why they wouldn't, because it's actually the least expensive. You just let the farms roam around, and the farms, sometimes they're indoors, sometimes they're outdoors, sometimes in the sun. When it rains, they come in. When they want to get milked, they go to a machine that milks them. When they want to get a massage, they walk up to a machine that scratches their backs, their necks, their nose. And this makes for, this improves the quality of the product. So these farms are just perfect. You can, and there's plenty of these farms. They're huge farms. So you can certainly do a little bit of footwork and find, I mean, online, and find these farms, find their products, consume certainly support them. because they are perfectly suited to your ideal. And if not, why don't you create such a farm? It's not so
What do you think?
difficult.
What do you think? First of all, why will they create like a farm in order to satisfy my needs to eat? Like it's not that difficult to just do it from plants. And
Because
second,
this is
what do you think happens to the male
one second,
chickens,
one second, one
which we
second,
don't?
one second, one question at a time, one question at a time. So what do you mean why? I mean, these farms exist on YouTube, and there's packaging that says literally free roaming chickens and so on. And why are they there? Because a lot of people are like me and you, and we're very sensitive to the to the product that we're buying. Of course, in terms of health, of course, I prefer free roaming over caged. You have to be an imbecile to prefer caged, and it's not. It's usually not more expensive. Even I don't even know if there's a price difference. So of course, there is demand for quality product. What do you mean why? These things exist, and it makes sense that they should exist. Now, what do they do with the
Why would I
males?
make a farm?
What?
Why would I make a farm? You said I should
What?
make a farm like that.
Yeah, if you know why, I said, why don't you? If there isn't, why don't you make such a farm? I'm still waiting for the answer. I mean, laughing at my question
Yeah,
is not an
I said
answer.
I can just eat plants and I don't
What?
need the hassle of making a farm.
Okay,
Because I can just eat plants, I don't need the hassle of making a farm.
okay,
What?
that's fine. Fine.
What do you think in this chicken happy farms? What do you think happens with the male chickens?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Well, let me tell you, they're killed.
How do you know?
You want like empirical evidence?
Yeah, or take it back. Either show me evidence or take it back. It's your choice.
Sure, give me a second.
I'm talking about very specific farms. I'm not talking about the industrial farms. I'm talking about the farms on YouTube. Are you there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm there. I'm just gonna
I'm
find
not
the evidence.
looking.
Gonna give
No, no, no. I'm not looking for evidence that male chicks are killed. I'm looking for evidence that male chicks are killed literally on every farm, including the YouTube farms that take care of their chicks. So you have to prove to me that I mean that even that in every farm they kill male chicks.
Well, I will just have to prove that it is from the farms you're buying from, right?
No, uh, no. You have to show me that male chicks are killed in literally every farm. That's what you have to prove to me. Because if they're not, then why are you not buying from those farms? Anyway, you just made a claim. You need to provide evidence that there's no
Yeah,
exception to.
I'm gonna provide it to you.
No,
I'm gonna give you the proof.
no, not that male chicks are killed on some farms. You have to prove that male chicks are killed on every farm so that
No,
maybe.
you just said you're a rational actor, which doesn't benefit Jaffring, that you don't contribute to Jaffring, that you buy from these farms. So I just have to prove it that it happens in the farms you buy from, and
No,
not in every single farm.
no, no, no. Yeah, I don't know if
Literally
it.
contradicting.
No, 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 no. I
Yeah,
honestly.
oh yeah, you are.
No, no, no. I
You
honestly
said you're
don't.
a rational
Let
actor,
me finish.
and now you're saying there is some hypothetical farm from which
You're
you're a
not.
rational actor. It's not even clear what you're saying at this point.
You're not letting me finish. So I said that I honestly don't know. So I honestly don't know. So you'd have to prove to me that even in those farms where the chickens roam around freely and are basically treated like household pets, that even in those farms they kill the male chicks. So I don't know that. You
Is,
don't know.
are those the farms you buy from?
I'm not talking about myself. We're not discussing me in this discussion.
Who are we talking about?
Your proposition. I'm trying to understand your proposition because I told you everybody is a vegan by your proposition.
No,
Yes.
because they're not buying from these hypothetical farms which we're talking about.
No, but I mean, fine. So, what's the problem with killing male chicks?
Yeah, I don't see any morally significant difference between male chicks and humans,
So,
which
wait a
will
minute.
grant killing one
Hold on.
and
So, you're
leaving them
against,
alone.
hold on. So, you're against nature.
Yeah, I said I want to substitute nature
Okay. So,
with
why aren't you? So
man-made
what do you mean you
infrastructure.
want? What do you mean you want? What are you doing about that?
I have to do something about it. What do you think is in my power? Do you think I'm like a billionaire or something?
What are you doing about it? Tell me something that you're doing about it. Like you're not buying. You
I'm,
care. You're so meticulous.
I'm not
You
buying
so hold on,
from
hold on, hold on,
factory farms.
wait. Look, you're so meticulous. In this farm, they don't do exactly what I want, so I'm not going to support them. It's immoral. It's this. It's that. What about the billions of animals suffering on the planet? I don't give a shit about those. Yeah, what I don't do anything about that.
Yeah,
So
what's in my power to do?
oh,
What's in
so
my
it's
power?
so one
What
second.
is in
So
my
it's
power
in
to
your
do?
so hold on. So it's in your power to destroy the farms, but you don't care about nature. So as far as you're concerned, in nature,
It's in my power to destroy the farms by not buying anything from them? What? It's in my power to just slightly influence demand. That's what's in my power. And then if you're talking about changing nature, changing wildlife, well, what can I do about it? I can't go shoot wolves or something like that. It's not even legal. I don't have the money to just build infrastructure instead of forests, buy pieces of forest, something. I don't even have the technology to substitute ecosystems with human made infrastructure. I can't do much about it. I don't know what you're expecting me to do. So, like, I don't buy eggs, I don't buy animal products.
so how am I?
Yeah,
One
that's
second. So you're trying to change demand. How is that impacting, let's say, the total suffering of animals in the universe?
Yeah, let me tell you how. So look, when I don't buy, for example, I don't know, sausages at at a supermarket, and there is some point at which they say we need to order more sausages, and there is a point at which they say we don't need to order more sausages. So when I don't buy sausages, I'm hoping, or eggs or anything for that matter, I'm hoping that they will see, oh, we have just enough sausages, let's not buy more, and that's gonna cause the same thing to happen in the factory farm,
How do you
which is
know?
gonna.
Okay. How do you know that by causing, let's say, you manage to shut down all the farms? How do you know that that will impact in which direction the total suffering of animals in the universe?
Oh, that's quite easy because there is. Let me show you how many. We have billions of animals which are on factory farms, and if they weren't there, we just wouldn't have those animals suffer and die.
Wait, so
So there
you
will be
can't?
less animals
No, don't show me.
dying.
Don't show me. Just tell me. One second. Are you counting animal heads? So if I show you, so one chicken is equal to a million amoebas or a trillion amoebas. I mean, how do you count?
Well, it's I only care about sentient life,
What do you mean?
so I don't care
What is?
about
Okay.
like
What?
bacteria,
Okay. What is sentient? Define sentient.
which has subjective experience.
How do you know what has subjective experience?
Well, I know I have, and I assume humans have subjective experience, and I
Okay.
think that comes from our nervous
What
system,
do you
and I
mean you
think
think?
anything that
What
has
do you mean
a
you
nervous
think? What's
system
your
is gonna
evidence for
have.
that? No, no, I don't care what you think. What's your evidence?
My evidence is that I'm sentient.
I,
and that
I
we
grant
experience
you,
change.
I grant, hold on, I grant you humans have sentience, whatever that means. How do you know what
Yeah,
other animals
right.
have or don't?
Because when we change a human brain or the human nervous systems, we see changes in the subjective experience, in the sentience, and thus I think it comes from a brain or a nervous system, and
What's your
so I
evidence?
think
Okay,
we
okay,
can.
hold on. Okay, okay. I don't care what you think. What's your evidence?
Yeah, my evidence is humans when you change something about the brain in a human, it changes his subjective experience.
How do you know?
Do you think if we remove the brain from someone that they drop dead?
Wait, how do you know it changes the subjective experience?
How do I know that when we change a human brain or an
Yes,
well,
yes.
it's very easy actually.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit your head in the wall, it
Mm-hmm.
causes a change in your nervous system and that's causing the pain. So it's changing your subjective experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's evidence that the nervous system and the brain are responsible for subjective experience.
No. No. That's
No?
not true. No. No. Absolutely
Why
not.
is that not the case?
Well, what do you mean?
Why,
I
why,
hit, I, I what do you mean? I mean, it's just correlation. Who knows where subjective experience comes from? What are you talking about?
what do you think empirical evidence is if not
What do you
correlation?
mean? What do you mean empirical evidence of subjective experience? What are you talking about?
Yeah, we rule out possible correlations,
What do you
and
what?
so the correlation is what we keep.
Okay, this is I have no idea what you just said. Okay, so explain to me, how do you know what has and doesn't have a subjective experience? How do you know? How do you test this? Tell me about the scientific method. How do you test for subjective experience? What's your test?
What's my test for
Yes, what's your
subjective
test?
experience?
Yes, what's your test? I give you an animal. How do you test if it has a subjective experience or not?
If I kick it and it screams, then it's likely subjective experience.
It's likely? What do you
Yeah,
mean likely? What is this? What
anything
is
empirical
no,
is
no, no.
gonna be
What is?
likely.
Hold on.
There's no
Okay. What is?
empirical. There's no
Hold
empirical
on,
certainties.
hold on. What is your theory of subjective experience? Explain to me your theory of subjective experience before we make a prediction and a test. First, what's your theory of a subjective experience?
I think it comes from the brain and the nervous system.
I don't care. I want a theory of subjective experience. Give me a theory.
What is that? Why is that relevant to anything? What do you take a theory of subjective experience to
I
be?
don't care. You said that, right? We're talking about science at this point. You defined something sentience and then subjective experience. Now I want to nail it down scientifically. So what is your theory? Give me a scientific definition, a scientific theory of this thing that you call subjective experience or
I
sentience. Give
think
me the
I think
theory.
subjective experience. I
What?
think subjective experience is irreducible.
Okay, so that's not scientific then. Then you talk about magic. So we're dropping this issue.
No, it's just what do you take magic to mean? I don't know what you mean with magic.
It's
You mean I
unscientific.
think you don't understand it's
It's
magic or what?
it's unscientific. You're making it's in other words nonsense. It's not scientific.
So when something so wait, do you think logic is scientific?
Yes, logic is scientific, of course.
Logic is scientific. What do you take scientific to mean?
Scientific. It's testable. It's predictable. It's reproducible. A
Okay,
scientific. A scientific.
how is logic predictable?
What do you mean? Logic is just your experience, right? When before you were born, you had no opinion about the universe. After you were born, you had an experience. You noticed that some things are the way they are. Like you notice the sky is blue some of the
What do you
time.
think logic means?
I'm telling you, logic is just your experience, your fundamental experience.
Who defines, like, is there anyone who has this concept of logic besides you?
I don't care. Why should I care? How is
I
this
don't know,
relevant?
because when we use words, I assume, well, when you say logic, you mean logic, what is commonly meant, and not like bicycle or whatever you are telling me.
No, no, logic, normal logic. You ask me what it is a science. It is just a science, just what you notice, just experience, right? You notice that the sky is blue, right? Did you notice, or do you have this knowledge without seeing the sky is blue, right? Do you
What
tell
does
me?
that have to do with
Tell
logic?
me, no, no, no. Tell me. You know the
I
sky
don't
is blue.
look.
Hold on. You know the sky is blue is a true statement. Is this your experience, or did you know this even without experience? What's the answer? I'm waiting. Still waiting.
Yeah, I know the sky is blue with experience. Yes,
Oh,
yes.
that's a science. That's called science. Experience is science. It's experiments.
What does it have to do with logic?
That's it. Logic is experience. Logic is experiments. It's just the results of experiments. That's it.
Look,
Hmm.
I thought logic was about
I
the
don't
whole
care.
propositions relate to each other and the validity.
No,
Well,
that is, you could say that, that's a formalized language. Yeah, you can formalize any language. That's just the
are
formal
you
language.
are you recording this?
Yes, this is on YouTube.
Wait, this will this be on YouTube somewhere?
Not only will this be on YouTube, I've recorded this opinion many times on YouTube. It shows up in many of my YouTube's debates.
Yeah, I just need a copy of this.
You have a copy, enjoy it.
Yeah.
So far,
Look, I don't know what to.
no one has successfully deposed this theory that I have that logic is scientific. I know it's when I first discovered it, it was very surprising, but very satisfying and very helpful.
If biologic you mean something like a bicycle, then sure.
No, I didn't say that. So stop lying.
Yeah, you said, I don't know, you said logic is experience, which is nothing, which is not a common understanding of logic.
I don't know what that means. I asked you, the sky is blue is a true statement. Is it
What
your
do you
experience
what
or
do
do you
you
have this knowledge
understand?
from somewhere else? You told me, yes,
What does
indeed, it's my
what does knowledge
experience.
have to do with anything? What did you not understand about my statement?
What do you mean?
What is not what are you not understanding? That
What do you
it is
mean?
not a common understanding of logic, that logic is experience.
I didn't understand what you just said.
Yeah, you said you don't understand the proposition that it is not a common understanding of
I don't
logic that
care. Why
logic is
should I
experience.
care? Why should that's ad populum? Why should we, right? That's a logical fallacy. Why should we care what is common, right? That's a logical
How is
fallacy.
it
Ad
a logical
populum.
fallacy if I'm just asking a question?
Yeah, I don't care about logical fallacies. Please don't use logical fallacies. Let's continue with our debate.
How is it a logical fallacy if I'm just asking a question?
No, you are talking about common. Common is a appeal to ad populum, appeal to popularity. I don't care about popularity. I care about the truth.
So what do you think? Why do you think we use words?
To communicate.
Yeah, communicate. And don't do you think that for effective communication, a basis is a common understanding of those words?
Sure, but of course.
Yeah. So when you use logic as experience
Common
and
between
not
the
as
two
any definition of logic that we use,
common between the two people communicating. I don't mean common to the rest of whoever else. Common to the two people conducting the discussion.
well, yeah, but I asked you when I asked about logic, you said logic is scientific. Just gave me a whole other definition of logic, that logic is experience. Why should I care about that? That's not what I said when I
So what
said logic isn't scientific.
you asked me, what is logic? I gave you the answer. You asked me if logic is, I don't remember, whatever. I just answered your questions. If you don't care,
But
then
how
don't
do I
ask.
know that when I ask another question, you won't answer and then say, "Well, I'm just using some other concept that you are not aware about."
I don't know how to help you with that. That's why we're talking. So you tell me if there's anything else that you're confused by. Like, did I say anything else that might confuse you? Let's discuss it. I
You
don't
said
mean it.
you said everything is scientific, right?
No, I said whatever is scientific, I can relate to. If it's not scientific, I cannot relate to it. I have nothing to say about unscientific propositions.
Okay, so okay, okay, that's fine.
Hmm. That's it.
Do you think that science gives you certainty?
Within some error bars.
So that's what a likelihood. That's what a likelihood
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah. So when I say when I kick something and test for it to be sentient, when it screams,
Hmm.
it's likely that
What if,
it's
but a
conscious.
fish? That's fine. But a
And
fish
you
can
said you don't care about
fine. That's
likely
fine.
things.
That's fine. That's fine. That's
But I'm
fine.
just
That's fine.
explaining. That's just
That's
how science
fine.
works. It
That's
works with
fine.
likelihood.
Did you hear me say that's fine multiple times?
Yeah, I'm just finishing my sentence, so it's
What
sure
what's
that
the
you
point?
understand.
What's the point of finishing a sentence if I said that's fine?
Because maybe you say that's fine, and I haven't finished, and you don't even know what you are saying. That's fine
But
too.
if I'm saying that's fine, it also means I'm not listening. I cannot hear what you're saying as long as I'm yelling that's fine. Look, let's just make it more
I
efficient.
can stop yelling. That's fine.
Look, let's just make the discussion more efficient. So whenever I yell, like whenever I signal to stop, so stop. Whenever you signal to me to stop, I stop. There's no point in finishing
Okay.
sentences. So where were we? About sentience. So obviously, a fish cannot scream, right? You said
Yeah,
kick,
but it
right?
can move. It can open its mouth.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
also know it's
yeah,
got a nervous system.
yeah. I don't care about the nervous system. That's not a
You
test.
think wait, you think the nervous you think something having a nervous system doesn't mean it's conscious. It doesn't have subjective experience.
Look, I need a theoretical definition, meaning a scientific definition of these terms. Otherwise, there's no point.
Subjective
Honestly,
experience is just whatever you feel, the
I need
phenomenology.
I
Do
need
you
a
do
science.
you have a subjective experience?
Look, I need that's a good question, but I asked you for a theory. First, we in science, according to the science methodology, we come up with a theory. I mean, in one of the steps, we come up with a theory. Based on the theory, we make predictions. Then we set up an experiment and we test the prediction. And that's how we validate the theory. So I need a theory that explains this, whatever consciousness, whatever you called it, subjective experience, sentience, whatever you want. Give me a scientific theory. Give me a mechanical model, a simplified model of reality that I can understand. Maybe I can reproduce this phenomenon you call subjective experience. Until then, without a scientific theory, there's no point in running tests. What's the point of running a test? We don't have a
Yeah, look,
theory.
I'll give you an experiment. If you bash your head against the wall, you get a subjective
I
experience
need
that's named
a
pain.
science that you're not giving me a scientific theory of subjective experience. So, running a test, it's tying the horse in front of the carriage.
You don't think you have subjective experience? You need like a theory that
What
proves to you
is
that you have subjective
no a
experience.
theory? No, a theory doesn't prove. A theory is an explanation. It's a model of reality based
Yeah,
on
do you
this.
need like testable predictions? Do you need testable predictions to show that you have subjective
I
experience?
need to start with because you're running to the test. You're saying bash your head against the wall. That's the test to show that there is a subjective experience. That's fine to have a test. But before you have a test, you need a scientific theory. What is your scientific theory? What's the model? Explain to me the model. What is the model of this subjective experience? What is, I need a simplified version of reality that reproduces this subjective experience.
Do you
That's,
think we need like a model for everything or something?
of course. Otherwise, it's not. This is not science. What is it? It's. I don't know what it is. That's not interesting.
Think we need? Do you think we need a model for the? Do you think we need a model for the law of identity?
I don't know what the law of identity is. I never really understood it. Like,
Do you think we need a model for axioms?
I don't know what that is. I mean, axioms are just assumptions. You can look. You can say that the law of
Yeah,
identity.
I have the assumption that you have subjective experience.
What? Oh, you want to have an assumption of a subjective experience?
Yeah, I assume you have subjective experience.
That's an assumption that I have it.
Yeah,
So you.
yeah,
So
it's an
let's.
assumption.
So let's assume.
It's an assumption that you
So
have
let's assume.
objective experience.
So let's assume that my floor has a subjective experience. Let's assume. Let's assume that the vacuum of space has a subjective experience. Let's assume. Why would you
Is it
assume that?
useful to assume that? Is it
Mhm.
useful to assume that?
What do you mean useful? I don't know what you mean.
Uh, I mean, I assume things because it's useful to assume them.
Look, I'm not going to be the first person to claim that subjective experience is it's an illusion. It looks like it. It looks like we have a subjective experience, but that's just a very complex system, like a neural network. It looks like it has a subjective experience. It looks like it.
So when you do you think you can get around having an illusion without having a subjective experience? What do you think an illusion is?
It looks to us like it looks to us like there is, right. You kick it and it reacts.
When you say
So
it looks to us like, what does
yeah,
that mean?
I don't know. Well, there's a limit to what I know. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'll tell you. It means you have a subjective experience of that.
What is the theory? That's fine. These are nice words, but I told you it's an illusion. It looks to me like, yeah, it's an illusion. I'm experiencing an illusion. It's just a complex system. Complex systems.
Yeah, but you don't know. But you don't know what an illusion is.
Why not?
You
Why
said
not?
you don't know what it. What, you said you don't know what it means when you say it looks like to me, and that's the definition of an illusion. So you don't know what an illusion is.
Of course, I know what words are. I'm just saying, consciousness is one of those things. Intelligence, these are things. These are illusions. These are macro phenomenon. We know that the mechanics of the brain is, it's just mechanics. It's a molecular machine. We know that there's no spirit inside. There's no consciousness that you can see in a microscope. It's just molecules interacting. It looks like this thing has feelings, has consciousness. Yeah, it looks like it. It's an illusion. But we know, when you look with a microscope, you see that it's just a molecular machine, just like your car. It's just much more complex, but it's just an
And
illusion.
do you think more properties can arise that can't be analyzed under a microscope?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
So you think complex system can't give place to something that can't be analyzed in the same way that the complex systems can be analyzed?
But look, I asked you for a
Just a
scientific.
question. So it's a yes or no question.
So what if you asked for a yes or no? That doesn't mean anything. That's meaningless. You're not you, you're not
We can stop
you're
there.
in a debate. In a debate, you don't get to tell the other side what to say. That's one of the
Okay,
limitations
okay,
of a debate.
okay. Look, you won the debate. I concede to everything. You're right. Let's stop this. But please give me a recording of this.
You have it. It's available. You have the link. I didn't give you. I gave you the link. It's gonna stay there.
Uh,
I'm gonna
Nice
cut.
conversation.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you. Wait, QWERTY, I think you. I know you. Let me see if you're my friend. Yeah, we're friends. Let me see our history. Oh, this is just from now. Okay, good convo. Yeah, let's. I enjoyed this conversation.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a good conversation. It's good content. Enjoy spread my video around. That's great. Okay, man. I'll catch you later. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.
Bye bye. All right. That was pretty good. Pretty good. He was surprised by a bunch of stuff. So Raven says nerd. Also skull, a lot of skulls. And also shut up, you dumb nerd. All right. And Moth Man 21 says hamster man. Hamster man. I don't know what that means. Hamster man. And Jim Moore says, slave, go to an organic chicken farm, 10,000 in a barn for a day and tell my they are treated well and are happy. I didn't say organic, I said free roaming. Organic is different. Organic is no, they don't inject them with stuff, I think. So organic is a different story. I was explicit when I said free roaming and free range. It's different. You can have free range that's not organic. You can have organic that's not free range, and you can have organic free range. You can have neither. But there's YouTube videos. I don't have to go anywhere. There's YouTube videos of all these farms, and the animals look very happy, and the farmers look very happy. Anyway, I'm gonna end the stream now. Thank you everyone so much for being with me and with QWERTY. He's a good guy. I enjoyed the conversation. I wouldn't say I won. I would say hopefully I opened his mind a little bit. He opened my mind a little bit because I realized that it's impossible to debate with a vegan about the practicality. Really, I really should have questioned. It's like his assumption that we should minimize suffering. So once I told him, yeah, I'm minimizing suffering. So he says, yeah, I'm minimizing suffering even more because he destroys all life in the universe. So yeah, if there's no life in the universe, then he's right. Then he is minimizing suffering even more than I am. So ultimately that's the problem of vegans. Vegans want to destroy all life in the universe, and probably they want to destroy the universe so that there's no potential of new life emerging. And of course, as you know, unfortunately, that is the doomsday scenario of the future of the universe. The universe will be destroyed. That is why we have no aliens, because all the aliens have basically self-destructed because of this philosophy, unfortunately. And that's where we are headed to. And nothing can save us. And that's it. All right, everyone. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, and subscribe. Most important is to subscribe because I really need subscribers. I only have 152 right now. No, 153. It's like we're adding one subscriber per month on average, which is too slow. So, and if you can share it with your friends and get tell everyone about this channel, that it's so deep and interesting. So, anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.